Hi, I'm Daryl.
Oh yeah, shoot, I was.
Another crappy day at work. A thankless job that's only perk is quitting time so I can get away from all these jerks. And I see you walk past every day, right by my window on your way to someone better than this hellhole where I earn my pay. But you don't notice me at all, too afraid to take a fall. If I was someone else I'd say hi, but I stall. If I could just be cool like Han Solo, if I could misbehave like Captain Mao, if I could just be half as smooth as Lando, I could get a grip on life somehow. Life would simply rule if I could be Han Solo cool. A manager thinks that I'm nuts. I finally work up the guts to ask you out. I step outside, he follows me, we see you, but my parking meter's out of time. I left all of my change inside. He's got a date, I have a ticket by the time I've got a dime. This doesn't seem too cool at all. I'm hurt and sickened by his call. I'd kick his ass and quit my job if I had balls. If I could just be cool like Han Solo, if I could misbehave like Captain Mao, if I could just be half as smooth as Lando, I could get a grip on life somehow. If I could kick some alien ass like Ripley, if I could make you laugh like Doctor Who, if I could follow treasure maps like Gandhi, they would always lead me back to you. Life would simply rule if I could be Han Solo cool. If I were Voth from Carbonite, would you let me hold you tight? If I were a scoundrel, could I steal your heart and steal a kiss goodnight? If I could just learn to shoot first instead of waiting for the worst, I'd cast a run for you, blindfolded in reverse. Punch it, Chewie! Misbehave like Captain Mao, if I could just be half as smooth as Lando, I could get a grip on life somehow. If I could kick some alien ass like Ripley, if I could make you laugh like Doctor Who, if I could follow treasure maps like Gandhi, they would always lead me back to you. Life would simply rule if I could be Han Solo cool. If I could be Han Solo, you'd say, I love you. I'd say, I know. You'd say, I love you. I'd say, I know. You'd say, I love you. I'd say, I know. You'd say, I love you. I'd say, I know. You'd say, I love you. I'd say, I know. Another crappy day at work. A thankless job that's only perk is quitting time so I can get away from all these jerks. And I see you walk past every day, right by my window on your way to someone better than this hellhole where I earn my pay. But you don't notice me at all, too afraid to take a fall. If I was someone else I'd say hi, but I stall. If I could just be cool like Han Solo, could misbehave like Captain Mao. If I could just be half as smooth as Lando, I could get a grip on life somehow. Life would simply rule if I could be Han Solo cool. A manager thinks that I'm nuts. I finally work up the guts to ask you out. I step outside, he follows me. We see you, but our parking meter's out of time. I left all of my change inside. He's got a date, I have a ticket. By the time I've got a dime, this doesn't seem too cool at all. I'm hurt and sickened by his call. I'd kick his ass and quit my job if I had balls.
Don't know what you got to get rid of them, so I had to plug each one in and see if it worked, which means I had to play on each system.
Oh no!
So I sat there, and it was kind of like a mix between a geekgasm and a making you soft-gasm. I don't know, like not the
Making you soft-gasm?
Yeah, I don't
You're
know the
thinking
word.
of Gilbert Godfrey? What?
No, some of those games you think of very fondly, and then you go back and play, and they're not near as fun as you thought they were.
Yeah, hindsight's never 20/20.
So it was a mix, but for the most part, I got to play a bunch of cool, kick-ass retro like Nintendo and Sega games. And
Cool beans.
that was just a lot of fun. So, Frankie, do you have a geekgasm this week?
Sure.
Sure.
I got a new mattress.
That's your geekgasm?
Yes.
He's gonna gasm all over it.
Because it's the one where they try and crush the raw eggs on. Have you seen that commercial yet?
I've seen the commercials. I think, yeah, the raw eggs.
Yeah, they like squish raw eggs onto the bed and like they don't crush.
They like put a piece of glass or something on it.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So I have that mattress.
So your eggs will
You
not
have
be
a
crushed.
mattress with eggs all over it.
Yes.
Okay.
I hate to break this to you, but you weigh a little more than an egg.
I do?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the difference is...
I get to sleep on it tonight, so I'm excited.
Tonight's the first night?
Yeah.
Can we all come over and watch?
Sure.
I'll bring the popcorn. It's going to be an interesting slumber.
So you're finally going to sleep?
Maybe.
Okay.
Gonna try to.
Robin, what about you? Do you have
Well,
some
mine is on the same lines as yours.
he got a new game, or he got a new bed, and that makes you
No,
excited?
not his, yours.
Oh, mine.
Yeah, I was a little bored on Sunday, so I put in my game. And
There's a Stargate game?
But for the second time in my life, I defeated the evil Ganon on Ocarina of Time.
Oh, really?
He defeated my son.
I did. Your son's damn hard to beat.
He is. I keep swinging. He keeps running. Can't beat him for crap.
Hey, I guess we should mention your son's name is Ganon.
Yes, yes.
That's the connection. Okay.
Of course, I went roller skating too, and
I did that
Frank
too.
shot some video, and he's going to probably post it on the ConCast page.
I actually saw a video of you roller skating, and for being the oldest guy on this whole table, I think you are the most agile guy on this whole table.
It's actually on our Instagram.
See, I watched that video, and I knew immediately that Robin grew up in the 70s. Because he was like skating backwards, and the hips were going, and it was like watching my grandparents dance when I was young. So, yeah.
Well, the only mistake you made is saying that I grew up.
Fair enough. Brad, do you have anything geeky this week that happened?
Yeah, probably. Last night I'd been wanting to see Loving Vincent. Have you seen the trailer for that?
Loving Vincent?
Yeah,
No.
it's actually about Vincent Van Gogh.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all
Yeah, I saw the
painted.
trailer for
It's all
that.
painted.
So it's like an animation kind of thing?
I'd say I'm all.
No, it's more like,
Oh.
No, it's...
what was that one in the early 2000s? It wasn't Donnie Darko, was it? The one where they did it all, where they shot it and then they like rotoscoped over
No,
it?
that was God, that was with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, it was with all of them. But yeah, it was more along that kind of lines.
Damn it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Dude.
Halfway through the show, I'm going to blurt out the answer to that. And
Sometimes
Scanner Darkly. Is that right?
Scanner Darkly.
Sorry.
Yep.
All right.
I had forgotten about that. Yes.
Yeah, that was a weird one. So it's kind of like that.
Far
Well,
better
it's
than...
actually way better than that, actually, because they went through and they hand painted all of these scenes, and I mean, it's just unbelievable. I was dumbfounded, actually. The trailer does nothing for it. So
Was this a DVD, a Netflix kind of thing? Or?
they just released it with the Oscar stuff, and I hadn't noted, didn't even know that it was out yet, and it was attached on Vudu, and digital video and stuff.
So we can watch it on Vudu?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Excellent.
We'll have to
Yeah.
check that out because I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was out. I mean, I knew they'd been working on it, and the trailer had been released some time back, and I'd forgotten about it. So, but yeah, it was pretty good actually. So
Cool.
Thumbs up on that one.
Excellent. Now, if you're all done with your lame stuff, move.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. For those listening, we don't have the microphone up here. I guess we got the microphone down on the floor today.
Yep.
But those on the microphone, there's a box in front of us, and Ash is doing an unboxing,
right there. Woohoo.
and he dumps it on the table as if it has.
Oh my.
Oh wow!
I got
That's what's in the box.
the Star Trek Bluetooth communicator, babes.
You have talked about this on the show for like what?
A
3
year?
years or so?
No, about a year and a half.
Jeez.
And finally, the wife said I could spend the money. Spend my birthday money.
Oh, that's right. Your birthday was yesterday,
Sunday.
Sunday. That's how good a friend I am.
Yes, it is.
I knew it was in March.
So this is what I'm so stoked about.
So you
is
haven't
to
even opened
finally
it
get
yet.
this.
He's cutting into it with a knife.
With a
For the
knife.
podcast here.
Yeah, this is all brand.
Did the
Oh,
new communicator smell?
yeah, it does totally. Smells like Sue's armpits.
How do you know? How do you have that point of reference?
I've got the restraining order.
Oh, that is so retro. That is so cool. Can I touch it?
yeah.
All right.
Waited so long to do that.
Oh, and I had the little fear of like flicking it open and it flying halfway across.
Well, no,
the
this
room.
is all aluminum, zinc body. They really did it up.
Oh man, it looks. I mean, it's got that very 70s look to it.
70s, 60s.
So,
60s cheese
next
tastic.
week we need to use
What
the
they did-
microphone.
Yeah, this will be our microphone.
What they did is they got one of the last remaining hero props from the original series. They 3D scanned the entire thing and then recreated it with all good metals and all that stuff like that. When it's powered on,
'Cause it
this
wasn't made with
moray,
good metals?
the moray will even turn, and the crystals all light up.
Oh, I'm
Is
sure
it-
you guys couldn't hear that on the podcast, but
Yeah.
it's got
Does
the.
it run on dilithium?
Yes, rechargeable dilithium.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's wireless recharging.
Wait, could you hear that?
Put it up to your mic.
Oh yeah, hey, I got a mic on me. All right,
Enterprise Bridge to the
that's cool.
Yep.
I wonder if those are the original voices, or
Yep.
because I know when
Enterprise Bridge to the
on Tested they redid the chair, the captain's chair, and they had to re-record all the voices and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah, this it magnets on. It's wireless recharging.
that is nerd-tastic.
It is, and it Bluetooths with your phone. So when I get phone calls, I can answer them on here.
See, I'm geeking out about that too, and I'm sure our wives are going to watch this and go, "That is so dumb."
Oh,
Oh, you can see the lights to it. Oh man, I can put it that way. I got to hand it down so you guys can fiddle it around. Comes with its own little case.
yeah, it comes with a little carrying case and the whole thing. Yeah, I have been geeking out over this thing for a long time.
I hate even asking what that costs, so you can tell me after the show. But
Well, I'll tell you.
it's birthday money.
It was birthday money. These are all the different things for all the different sayings that it says. Scotty, Starfleet, McCoy, all of it.
It doesn't say, "Damn it, I'm a doctor, not a."
Not that I'm aware of. But then again, he never said that.
He never said that in the show.
Not that I'm aware of. But anyways, it was. They've come down on price. Originally, they were $150, and this one I got for $130.
That's pretty slick. I like it. Now we all need one, and that'll be the mics we use.
And what's this wee shit, white man?
We all need
Okay.
one. You have yours. I need one. We'll take it out of ConCast budget, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have a budget.
Yeah. All right. So what do we got for? Now we've done our geekisms. What do we got for any cool news? Because I got a couple of news pieces that came out this week. I was talking up front about them earlier. A couple things.
Let me see. We've got a couple things here that I just pulled up really quick because I've been waiting all day for that thing to show up.
Here, catch.
It was said it was supposed to be delivered by 8, and I'm like, that show starts at 7.
I'll just set it right up here so you
Yeah.
glare at it. And all right, cool. And then that way I can accidentally take it home with me after the show.
See, Google is offering resources to the U.S. Department of Defense for a pilot project to analyze drone footage using artificial intelligence. Apparently, when the internal memo on this was released, it caused quite the uproar with some of the employees because they don't like the fact that Google is pairing with the Department of Defense in order to work on this to track people. Details regarding what Google is actually providing the Department of Defense are not clear, but we know the work is part of Project Maven, a Pentagon research initiative to develop computer vision that can better understand video footage. Such technology could have a range of uses in the military, including helping to survey and track targets using drones, providing the brains for static CCTV cameras in military camps and bases, and technology of this sort can be used to recognize basic objects like cars and people, but it has problems analyzing complex scenes. So, that's my one, well, actually one of two, the robots are coming to take us over.
Yeah,
articles.
I've been thinking about this all week because I started watching Black Mirror finally.
Oh, yeah?
Because the audience kept
Mirror
suggesting.
Black? Is it Mirror Black or Black Mirror?
Black Mirror, isn't it? Yeah. The
Okay.
audience kept suggesting it, so I watched it. And I didn't realize that it's pretty much the Twilight Zone on technology. It's like, what if technology, went this route? And it's scary. It's scarier than the Twilight Zone to me because it is.
Well, you
A
can
lot
do
of
that for
AI.
anything. I mean, there's one movie that was out there is what if anti-technology and film directing goes horrible, and that was called The Village by M. Night Shyamalan.
Shamalama Ding Dong.
Yeah, him. All right, this one you'll like. The Oregon Trail. Remember the game?
Oh yeah, everybody
Oregon
knows
Trail.
it. You got
The
this
classic educational game, first published in 1974, is now available as a handheld. You'll only find it at Target retail locations right now. It's not yet available online. It's the size of an old Game Boy, and it's the same Game Boy gray exterior. The best news is that it only costs $24.99.
I had assumed that was already on either a handheld or a
Nope.
phone app or something.
On board is the complete game in full color, including the original sound effects. You can choose your starting career, name your party of 5 travelers, load up your wagon, and yes, even hunt for food.
Did you guys? Frankie's too young to play
Oregon
that.
Trail?
Oregon Trail, yeah. Did you play that one?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. You guys play it?
I died of dysentery.
Let me see. Another cool Star Trek thing. The USS Enterprise from Star Trek Next Generation is obviously the best starship that Starfleet ever built. And they have now turned this into a Enterprise Bluetooth speaker with an $80 asking price. The speaker's battery will provide its LED lights, wireless Bluetooth connection to your phone, and blasting tunes for anywhere from 6 to 8 hours before it needs to be recharged. The coolest part is, if you remember several years ago, for their April Fool's Day, Think Geek had put up a product, they always do on April Fool's, they put up a product that isn't real. And several years ago, they put up a Star Trek Enterprise white noise generator for next to your bed that played the noise of the Enterprise's warp core, and the engine flying.
That's cool.
All right, well, this speaker now, you push a button, and the speaker will play the quiet hum of the USS Enterprise's warp engines for a full hour while you relax or drift off to sleep.
That's kind of good. Isn't that how like Pokemon Go came about too? It was one of those. They did a.
I don't know if they did that.
They did a video, April Fool's video, showing Pokemon Go as a thing, like a real thing, and everybody thought it was real. And come to find out, it was just a. Oh no, wouldn't that be cool if April Fool's joke? So, yeah.
Yeah, it's not cool. And finally, the other robots are coming to get our jobs. Burger flipping robot began its first shift. Flippy, a burger flipping robot, has begun work at a restaurant in Pasadena, Los Angeles. It's the first of dozen locations for the system, which is destined to replace human fast food workers.
In other news, this robot wants $15 an hour.
Yeah, but it doesn't worry about, overtime.
Okay.
So it's so bad that even like our minimum wage jobs we gotta worry about losing them.
Well, see, that all depends. I'm often of the opinion that it won't fly if we don't buy.
Buy the robots, buy the burgers, buy.
If you walk in and you see that the place is all automated, walk out. I mean, they will do whatever it takes to get your dollar. And if you're not spending your dollar because they replace the humans, Then they'll put the humans back.
You know, they automated the fry machines, and I didn't see a huge dip in McDonald's workers.
No, you still got to shake them though.
Well, okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. You get
Anyways, that's it.
That's it.
Is that enough?
That's
Yeah,
enough.
that's
Yeah, because we got a guest here today to talk to. So I do have just a couple things to throw out there. Netflix has announced a new Matt Groening series from Simpsons that they will be putting out called Disenchantment. It is a first thing he's done since Futurama. I just heard about it this week. I don't know if they had announced it beforehand, if anybody had heard anything, but it looks very cool. It is going to be all adult oriented, more so than Simpsons or Futurama has been. I'm very excited for it. It will be coming out in 2018, I think in June is what they're looking at. So it'll all be fantasy medieval kind of stuff. They're also expanding on with some of their other comic book series, such as more Daredevil, more Jessica Jones, and the Archie Riverdale series they're expanding. So they're doing new Sabrina with the dark twist, that kind of stuff.
More cowbell.
More cowbell. So I'm sure we're going to get to do reviews and stuff on those down the road here. Also this week, we've gotten 2 videos from both major people, icons in the convention industry. First off, last week we talked about Kevin Smith having his heart attack. He did put out a video to fans and friends. I think he's put out 2 now. Looks like he's doing fine. He did have a near-death experience. We're going to put up a link, or we'll put up that video on the page later so that everybody can watch it. But he is doing so much better. On the other hand, Stan Lee has put out his video this week. Have you guys seen the Stan Lee video?
No, I have not.
Stan Lee put out one, sent it out through TMZ, which I thought was a weird call. But he's had pneumonia, and he hadn't been doing well in health, and he's hoping to do better. But the video itself, I think if you're wanting to reassure everybody you're healthy and that things are going well and that things will be better in the future, video of you, as old as he is, with pneumonia on the couch is not the best.
What do you want? Put them in a damn roller coaster?
I think not putting a video out at all would have been better.
Thank you.
I think a Twitter post or something might have been a little better than the actual video. To me, it just seemed very.
He is rich enough and retired enough. I think he should be recovering on a beach somewhere.
Yeah.
So laying on a couch on a beach recovering, that would be a good photo.
That would be, actually.
Yeah, with a medicinal Mai Tai.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, you make me want to get sick now. Thanks.
Oh, and Ash, Stanley is not Jewish.
With the what?
He did the Jewish voice going on the roller coaster.
Oh, I did? Okay.
I didn't catch it at first.
It's also my default old man voice.
Okay.
I'll also post up a link to that video later on the thing this week. We're also going to be talking about ICT Comic Con. I'll probably be doing that at the end of the episode. We get a big announcement that they are going to let us announce tonight.
Oh, yeah, you posted that.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't tell me what it was.
Me either.
Yeah, that's all right. I think Brad knows what it is.
I do
'Cause
know
Brad's
what it
the one
is.
that told me about it initially. And then, but Richard that runs the convention called me today and sent me some information on it. So we're going to announce at the end of the episode.
Oh, great. Now I got to wait longer.
Yeah, you're going to be here anyway. Sorry, man.
Is there any way for me to fast forward this video?
It's not that exciting. Don't get too excited.
It's pretty awesome though.
It is. It is pretty cool. And that's one of the reasons I wanted you on this week, because I know that, A, you're a guest at ICT as well, and you're also a Flash Gordon fan.
Oh, I'm a huge
And-
Flash Gordon fan. Yeah.
That was the nice thing about Crypticon, is having other people to keep. You and Suzanne both are Flash Gordon fans, and to have people I'm friends with to also be able to go up and go, did you get your autograph yet? Did you talk to him? That was pretty cool.
I was trying to keep it on the down low when I met him back in July of last year, and I looked at him and said, I'm not going to say anything stupid, and the first thing out of my mouth was, I really like Flash Gordon. And I was like, yeah, well, I just put my foot in my mouth, so.
That's been one of the hard things with ICT, having him, and it's almost like a little mini Flash Gordon Con, which
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think I think last year we asked if we could have, the question of the week was, if we could have one convention based on just a obscure fandom, what would it be? And I said, I want FlashCon. We'll call it Gordon's Alive, and call it GordCon, you know. And we're almost getting that with this. And it's been hard, like every time Richard says, hey, we're going to do this or that, and I go, oh, we should do like a screening of Life After Flash or something, and half the people are like, I don't know what that is.
Right,
It's like,
right,
oh,
right.
dang it. But
I've
Well-
never heard of that.
it's a documentary that Sam
Yeah.
Jones did.
Yeah.
just came out this week, or not this week, this year. But the only way you can see it is private screenings that he's at, pretty much.
Dude,
So, yeah.
should so show it this.
I would love to. I would love to see it, but I think this con's gonna be pretty full of stuff anyway.
Oh, okay.
So, but let's talk about what you got going on.
Okay, well, what I'm working on right now is actually stuff for ICT. I'm actually doing 4 prints, 2 of Flash Gordon and then 2 of the Wonder Woman that I've actually, the Wonder Womans are actually complete, so.
And I think we got
Yeah.
some pictures of the Wonder Woman ones if you guys get a chance to show those up.
Yeah, those I just finished up last week, and I've been working on Flash, and I've been actually trying to use all my time to make sure that it's top quality. And I mean, I'm that big of a fan that it's got to look like him. So I mean, I can't just put it out there and go. I had already done one, and it really kind of looked like you actually own that.
Yeah,
print,
I've
so.
got 2 versions of that print.
Yeah, it looks like him, but this other one's going to be a much better print. So.
Which I got to see, but we're not allowed to post
Yeah,
that one yet.
let's wait till.
Release it at the con.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna do actually one that's riding high on a rocket cycle,
Oh yeah,
and that's gonna be the next one I do. So
that's cool.
Yeah, and the sequel's gonna be called Dive, My Hawkman Dive.
Dive.
yeah, actually it says die. I think I don't think it's dive,
You know,
No
I
way.
always,
because I just watched it. I've been watching it, and I always thought it was dive, but it sounds like he says
but he
die.
does it in such a bombastic was dive.
Yes.
So it's
The sound bite on my phone is titled Dive when I downloaded it.
DIV.
DIVE, I know that.
It sure sounds like
So-
die.
But they could be wrong too. We could all be wrong.
Right.
It's kind of like the whole life is a box of chocolates thing.
If I had somebody else to add to Sam Jones, he did. What was that actor's name that played the?
Oh, Brian Blessed?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been in the next one. I would have loved to have gotten some other cast members of the show, and
Oh, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
going to still be a pretty good show. But I think that would just been icing
it
on
over
the
the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's already going to be over the top. But
Getting Brian Blessed, I don't know if you've ever seen his panels, but he has excellent panels because he
gives
is
excellent
that.
panel.
He gives excellent panels. He is that guy, that very boisterous, just fun-loving, kind of drunk uncle guy, and oh god, he's a blast. And speaking of those Flash Gordon prints, I think we have one of those too. If you want to show that, but when you talked to Sam Jones, he has some of your prints that he was selling.
yeah, he's actually bought my Viking print, all the art from me on that.
Really?
Yeah, I ran into him in Oklahoma City, and we kind of touched base about ICT, and kind of got caught back up after the first time I met him, and he starts thumbing through my artwork, and he's like, "Man, what is this?" And he's like, "What do you want for all that?" And I'm just like, "I'm actually getting." He's actually going to own some of my artwork, which is actually pretty cool.
You kind of want to go,
So-
just take it. Just take it.
well, he gave me 2 Alex Ross
Yeah.
Galicci prints and stuff,
Those
and
are beautiful.
I thought I walked away with that pretty good.
Pretty good deal off of it.
Yeah, pretty good deal on that one. So
Well, now with the conventions, you yourself, you're a guest at a number of cons,
Mm-hmm.
and what it is that you do normally is you're a graphic designer, artist, right?
I'm more of an illustrator. I've got a background in animation, and I graduated and really wasn't using it, so I decided to go.
Like most artists,
Right. Well, so I developed my Skull Shocker brand basically so that I could do all of that stuff and do it for myself, and eventually maybe get other creators to come in and I can help them develop their stuff from the comic book format into animation and then possibly film in the end. Still developing that. It takes a while to kind of get myself out there and that's why I do so many of these shows.
Well, I know here in the Midwest it's made an effect because you're doing, like, you did promo work for ICT, you did promo
Yes.
work for Air Capital.
I did last year. I probably won't be doing any this year. They just want to switch it up a little bit, but that's still up in the air. It's a good possibility I might still do something for them. I just barely talked to them about
Well,
it a couple hours ago.
It's
So.
definitely a thing that makes your name known.
Well,
in the
you know,
area.
I just don't. I just feel if I go to a con and I set up and I'm not expected to. Basically, it's a fair trade. I'm getting exposure through these shows. I like to give something back to the shows to be able to trade off for as a thank you, basically, and that's kind of why I do a lot of those
See, and
things.
I like to hear that because I know in the industry of performers and artists and everything, the word exposure has become such a bad word. And and I always say if it's used properly, because a lot of times like a performer or some people say you can get some good exposure out of it. They just expect that, oh, well, then that means everything comes with that, the jobs and everything. You're like, no, you got to be able to use that exposure. If you can take that, put it on a resume, or use it for networking, or
Sure,
it can be done right. Of course, it can be abused too. But.
it depends in setting yourself up with the right people, and I think I've done that. I mean, there's shows that I would like to do, but I've just kind of gotten a bad vibe off of it, and I just choose not to do those things. So
Except for you, Beard, you're not the right people.
Is that right? Yeah.
actually, there's I'm not even going to go into
He's
it.
got a story about that, but we can't talk. It's the internet. You can talk about anything.
Yeah,
So,
but loose lips sink ships. So.
I know how that works actually. So you're also doing animation as well, and that's something I haven't seen anything of yours.
Generally, I'm concentrating on illustration right now and trying to get some comic books going, trying to get my name out there to do that, and then eventually, hopefully, I can get back to it. I've got all kinds of software and stuff that I've got sitting on my computer that I don't use because I'm been tied up with projects that and I'm trying to get my name out there and break that other barrier, which go from indie comics into regular, illustration and mainstream comics like Marvel and DC and Valiant and all these bigger. I'm trying to get into that stuff.
And I know you had some good projects. I don't know if we can talk about them.
I shouldn't probably talk
Okay,
about
that's
the one
fine.
that I just it
you
was
had some good ones come up though.
I had a couple right at the same time come up. I had to turn one down. I was being paid for the other one, so I chose to do the one that I was paid for logically. So.
Yeah.
But
it comes back to that networking kind of thing.
Yeah, and that came from ICT. So that's the reason. Another reason I'll do posters and I'll do other stuff for these shows because from ICT I got this other gig and I was pretty excited about it. And I'm still excited to see what they do with it. And there's a trade-off, and there is benefits to doing that sort of thing if you do it right. So.
Now, how long have you been doing the convention circuit?
4 years now.
4 years. But you've been doing art, of course, since
I've been,
college. And
well, I've been drawing since I was 3 years old. And when I could walk, I could lift up a pencil and draw and everything. So.
Is that your preferred medium, just pencil and paper? Or is that,
Well, 3 years old, it might have been poop too.
Right.
Hey, some people still. I didn't mind you, Robin.
I still take stabs at like doing everything completely digitally, and then or traditionally plus with digital color is where I'm at right now with everything.
Okay.
That's my preferred because I think you get a lot more life, and that's kind of learned out of this last project that I did. That I just don't get the human touch and the life that comes with doing it by hand and rather than with a computer. So
with a lot of your prints right now, when you're sketching them out,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
you put them into the computer, use a program to do ink them and everything ahead of time?
I ink and draw everything traditionally, and then what I'm doing is I'm using Photoshop to scan them and break them down, and so that I can color them with the computer. And I'm using Clip Studio Paint for that. So.
I was going to say, you don't have to give away all your secrets.
No, it's okay. I mean, there are a lot of professionals are using Clip Studio Paint now, like Lionel Francis Yu and Mike Degato Jr. There's to name a few that I've actually just watched them.
Look at him name dropping on here.
Well, the thing, you don't really have to worry about it because just because I tell somebody that I put together a motherboard using its soldering iron doesn't mean they're going to be able to turn around and
right. Well, and I always say, if you can draw traditionally, you can draw digitally. If you're any good at the traditional aspect of it.
I have not been able to get into the digital kind of.
Well, that's where my animation background comes in. Is I'm used to using a computer for all of that stuff, and I'm just like, well, it's hard for me to break away from that in my illustrations now. I actually, with one of the Wonder Womans that I did, the Gal Gadot version, actually, I had actually painted that with acrylic and I didn't like it. It didn't look like the gal that's going to be at ICT, and so I had to break it back down. And luckily, I scan every step that I do, and I go back and I broke that.
That's the just in case I mess up step.
Well, I always save everything. Every step I do, because I never know where I'm going to be able to reuse that image somewhere else. So I'm just kind of always consciously rolling that around in my head. So
yeah, I definitely get that process. Now I got to ask then how old you are, because when I went to school for animation too, and there was such little computer work back then that
it's completely overtaken it. I mean, it's, you got your Maya, your 3D Studio Max, you got Lightwave. I mean, those are all 3D programs, and then you can actually animate with Clip Studio Paint now, where you take a drawing and you can actually cell animate that thing.
See how you avoided the how old are you question?
Well, I'm 44.
Okay,
I'm 44.
Okay. So you're my age. We're the same age, pal. Okay. That's
Different
not
school.
Yeah, definitely different school. Since you've been doing this convention-wise for about 4 years now, I know a lot of people that will end up watching this are people that, because in the community there's tons of artists and things that are doing different things, and some you see get somewhere, and others you see can barely sell a commission sometimes at a convention. Any kind of advice you would give somebody? Well,
you really need to be open to talking to people, and I know a lot of people are introverts, and I've run into all sorts of people in the last 4 years where I will say, hey, as they walk by my table, and the next thing I know it, they're 3 aisles down, because I said something to them, and they like freak out. But if you're open and you can communicate, and I may try to befriend everybody I meet. The people that are running the cons as well as the artists, because without each other, there's just no way you're going to go anywhere, really. I mean, you have to be out there, you have to be accessible,
Again, it's that networking.
Yeah, the network, and some people hate that word, but it's important, so.
Well, we were talking about this, I was talking with Frankie and Alicia about it too, about the anything, vending or anything like that. Like nobody can sell your product like you can sell your product. So if you can get out there and talk to people and get them interested, because you can always hire somebody to sit there and do it. But
in that though too, I mean, when I started out, I was drawing all these main characters, and thought to myself, well, I got to the point you have to reinvent yourself every so often. And I would say every year that comes by, you need to do something a little different than you did the year before to keep it fresh and keep people coming back. Well, I was doing all these main characters, and I got to thinking, well, how about trying some of my own? And those things have been more successful for me.
Your own characters.
Own characters, and people have really bid on that stuff more than because everybody's doing those other characters.
Well, if you can get a Hulk print 2 aisles down, and then the next aisle down, the next.
Well, Justice League was terribly bad at Planet. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Well, because Jason Momoa was there.
Everybody and their brother got a Batman, they got a Superman, they got a Wonder Woman, and the one pet peeve that most people such as myself and people around me, these 10-foot print walls, those things are an irritation more than they are anything else.
See, as a event promoter, I like them because they're bold and fill a space.
Yeah, but the space is really all they are, though. I mean, they're generally the same thing with different,
Well, yeah, but it also helps you to delineate where one area begins and one area, and the next one is, and that's good as a event person, because it's really good just to be able to look down and see that that whole line of tables isn't just one group. It's broken up into individuals, and those
they're
walls. Yeah, it's more of a mental separation.
Yeah.
But you're right. That's all it's good for.
But how can a person actually walk up to a booth like that and go, oh, I want that print on the very top, and know that when they bring it down that it's exactly what they wanted up there? I mean, it's just so overwhelming.
Well, and I know to each person it's different, because with these conventions, they've changed over time, and so many people are looking. They come in, they're like, oh, I'm just a big Harley Quinn fan. I need that Harley Quinn print. I know someone who goes to a lot of conventions for years. I go for the more obscure stuff. So like when your Flash Gordon prints, I saw that and I got very excited. Yeah, if they had a Spider-Man 2099 print, if anybody cared enough to ever make a Spider-Man 2099
See, and as an artist, that's I mean, those guys are using their head. They're actually going against the grain, or they're not doing what the other 90 people are doing. And that's kind of what I try to do, and I keep trying to interject myself into that. It's like, what do I, as a con goer, what did I want and what do I look for? It's like, I don't go to those big walls of prints. I go to the guys that have a kind of a low profile, and there were some great artists at this last Planet Comic Con. I mean, it was pretty killer.
Enough, it's hard to get around and see them all.
Oh yeah, I mean, there was Jay Lee, and then Arthur Adams. I mean, those. There was Chris Stevens. I don't know if you know. He was down by Arthur Adams.
Then that's why I didn't see him. Everything else around Arthur was a blur.
Well, that was they should have really spread that aisle should have been spread out. Really, I mean, you had Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo across the way from Arthur Adams, and that was like a 3-hour waiting line.
I know.
And I was like, I'm not even going down there. I'm just like, I don't know if they would have been so drastic if they would have all been together,
Well, and anybody who was working on, my mind's going completely blank. The new Batman series,
Batman again.
No, damn it.
Gotham?
No, the Metal series though.
Oh, okay, yeah, Batman Metal and
Metal.
Yeah, sorry, and my mind went blank. I'm like into the conversation here.
I'm just imagining that song, Merman Murder. Remember that one? That's when you say Batman Metal, that's all I can think.
Anybody there had a terrible line, it seemed like.
Yeah.
To dealt with that.
I didn't.
Yeah, I think my highlight was meeting Michael Rooker, though.
Oh, really?
That dude's a little tiny guy. I mean, I didn't realize he was that tall.
We talked about on that on podcast a couple of weeks ago.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo. Did you see him?
Mm-mm.
He is literally like an inch or two below my chin.
That's crazy.
I was expecting to look up at the guy.
He still cut you.
Oh, he'd kick my ass. No, I would not pick a fight with the dude. But he was very short. Very surprising.
It's amazing when you meet these people, and I met, I like that you go to a convention and sometimes you actually get to hang out with some of these people, and you really get to know them, and
and then see their fetishes.
Oh yeah.
Not to bring up the fanboy too much again, but Sam Jones was the opposite of that though.
Oh yeah.
When I met him, the dude is buff, and my son even pointed out how much better shape he was in than I am, and he's older than I am. But he's big.
The thing I got to say about that man though is he is the most genuine person you'll ever meet for being a celebrity.
He's got such an infectious laugh. But you know who his laugh reminded me of? Ted Knight.
I could see that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we just dated everybody ever watching this. They're gonna have to Google Ted Knight.
Caddyshack. But yeah, just that that laugh of his, and the first time I heard it, I was like, Caddyshack.
No, he was genuinely a nice guy.
Yeah, totally.
And not a turn it on for the public nice. I don't think.
I met him. I've gotten to know him over the last year a little bit, and he was the same every time I met him. So
I bet you he didn't erase Sam's number like you did.
I accidentally deleted Sam's number.
But it was funny. I started posting stuff like the prints and stuff that I'm doing for ICT, and all of a sudden his name popped up.
He liked it
on Facebook. He attached himself to it, which I thought was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I was like, man, I've forgotten that I even had him on Facebook, and then boop, and it's like, oh, that's cool.
Now, him aside, then doing these cons, who is on your bucket list of somebody to see or work with?
There are tons of people I would like to work with. In animation, Bruce Timm would be the person. And I tried to get Chris Jackson to get him out, and Chris told me he's been trying to get him out for years. And I says, Chris, everybody responds to enough money you throw at him. I says, you need to throw enough money at him to get him there, because I mean, he's one of the guys that he's the reason I went into animation, because of the Batman animated series is perfect. I mean,
Well, and so many people of this generation grew up with Bruce Timm's animation online or on Fox and everything else.
Right.
And so much has been copied off of that even. So everybody would know.
He's had such a, I mean, he's any animation that DC puts out now, he's involved with it in some direction. So, somebody I actually know and that's actually worked on Batman is Todd Aaron Smith.
I don't know if I know.
Todd actually lives in Kansas City, and I've actually told him I'd really like to work with him on something down the line. And then somebody I met recently at in Oklahoma when at a WizardCon was Thomas Estrada. He actually worked for Disney, and he's worked for DreamWorks. He worked on like Prince of Egypt and I think I want to say Lilo and Stitch, but I'm not sure. But I've gotten to know him, and we talk all the time.
See, that shows your true geekdom, because I was expecting like Stan Lee or
I almost
Kurt Russell or something, but
that almost happened.
Yeah,
that almost happened. It would have been nice, but I don't think it's going to now. But that I'll leave it at that.
You still got time. That's all right.
Right. I mean, he's not dead yet, and neither am I. So we're both above ground. So
and that's the way it goes, man. It's.
I mean, you ask me about people I want to work with. There's a lot. I got to know a lot of talented people, and it would be hard for me to choose. I mean, that's the great thing about the last 4 years. What I could have told you if I could have gotten on the computer and started a conversation with some of the people I know now. It's my 8-year-old self would have been like, no, that's never ever going to happen. Yeah. So.
Those are the ones. Sometimes I just told my wife that this last year, because I've been doing this for years and years and years. I've met lots of people, and there's lots of people I've met that are on other people's bucket lists. I'm like, I met them. But in the last year, I've met more people on my bucket list than any other year. And I'm ready.
Downside to that, though, is I've met some people that were on my bucket list that are no longer on my bucket list because I met them, and I'm just like, you can stay over at your table, and I'll just stay at mine. And
you're not near as cool as I thought.
I just,
don't meet your heroes.
Yeah, sometimes that's a negative thing, but 99% of people that you'll meet in any of this are the coolest people.
Yeah.
I met Bob Camp. He's
yeah.
I mean,
I got some work by him at the house.
But he just added me the other day on Facebook, which was pretty cool. So, but the hindsight is I'm more of a fan of him himself, because he was he's kind of like Sam Jones. Is like, his personality was so special, and I just think he was one of the coolest people I've ever met. And it's not because of Ren and Stimpy. It's that got me. I was interested in that, but
I'll tell you my quick story of meeting him. It was Planet Comic Con a few years ago. I had lost my wallet, my phone. I lost my cell phone. I already loaded everything in the car. I come back in. And pretty much the whole place is just deserted. And there's just a few things, and there's a table like this sitting there. And there's this 8-foot long table, and the whole thing's a big white tablecloth. And it's got Powdered Toast Man drawn on it. And I can't remember what was said on it, and then he had signed it. I'm sitting there, I'm like, that's cool. And I'm just looking at it, I'm kind of looking around to see if anybody's, like, should I take this home? And I thought, no, it's there for a reason. And this guy comes up to me, and he goes, yeah, I'm surprised nobody's taken that yet, too. And I said, yeah.
It was Bob.
I said, I was just thinking about taking it home, and he goes, it's all right, I drew it. You can have it. And I was like, holy crap. And he was so nice. We talked for a few minutes. He helped me take it off the table. And so now I got this big banner.
I don't have anything nearly that cool, but I'm sitting there with his hat on in Oklahoma, and I'm talking to Thomas Estrada. He's right next to me, and we all have these hats on. This guy walks up to me. I don't know. I didn't know who he was. I really, and it's like Tom goes, because they know each other, and he goes, oh, Bob, it's been a long time. I went, whoa, it's Bob Camp. Whoa, that's crazy. And he's like, you got a nice hat. And I said, you got a nice hat too. And it's just this goofy comment.
What else do you say?
Right, it's like, but I didn't know who he was. And when we had this hat conversation, I was like, you got a nice hat too. And he's just like, so, that's just the kind of thing I enjoy.
Did you get him to sign your hat?
No, I got a Happy Joy print, though, from him.
That's cool.
So,
All right, we should probably get moving on. We got to talk a little bit about ICT. You guys have any questions for Brad?
No, I think you covered all.
Did I say? You just said figure it out, and I didn't even look at the time.
We still got a trailer to do too.
Yeah. Oh, we are doing a trailer. All right. Cool.
Well,
We
You
are
mentioned-
Sure. Yeah.
We can skip it. I mean, if we need to.
When you were answering the questions about people you'd like to work with, I am so glad you didn't say, I want to join the Scallywags and work with you, Little Beard, because that would have just been sucking up.
Right. I already,
Nobody wants to join
around
the
us with the AFW thing.
Nobody wants to join the WAGs. They're forced into it.
Yeah.
All right. So, do we want to do a trailer then today? We started a little late today. We got about 15 minutes.
I leave it up to you. I mean, we can do it, but then we'll need to be able to show the trailer.
We have it all set up.
Yeah, well, so
Let's go ahead and do a trailer.
okay,
should've done
but
this
we
earlier, I'm
need
sorry.
to be able to break this up into segments. So
Let's intro it.
let's hey, thanks for watching ConCast. I'm Good Ash, and this here is.
I like the way you do that.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So
roll
we'll,
the trailer.
ready?
Yeah, hold on. He's gonna roll the trailer.
I thought I saw Dad again.
Are we allowed to talk while it's playing?
If you want.
I think I'm going mad.
Well, did you turn us off, or can people still hear us?
My father's gone.
At some point, we have to face up to who we are, who we're meant to be.
I think I know where my dad went.
That's right in the middle of the Devil's Sea.
It'll be an adventure.
Death is not an adventure. What are you doing here, Laura? 7 years I've been on this island. Your father, he put me here. Now I see the likeness, the intelligence, the recklessness.
What do you know about my father?
Thought I couldn't breathe without your arm and hand.
Laura, there was more to my life than boardrooms and business deals.
Thought that I would die without you, but I'm living.
There's an organization called Trinity. It's looking to start a global genocide.
Your dad Junior had a bigger holiday.
He had a knack for the unexpected.
Thought that I would self-destruct.
You must stop them, Laura. Promise me.
Really? I'm a survivor.
Ladies first.
I'm not gonna give up.
Open the tube!
I'm not gonna stop her. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop her. I'm gonna work harder. I'm gonna put it down.
It's your finger that's pulling this trigger.
You messed with the wrong family.
Did you remember to turn on our mics? All right, very good.
Who's running this show?
That was a long trailer.
That was
Longer than I
long-
remember.
that was most of the damn movie right there, and I'm gonna bitch.
You are.
I'm gonna bitch. You guys go ahead and say your piece, but I'm gonna bitch about this.
Well, to me, that was two trailers. The first half, which was made me feel the way I originally did when they said they were doing this new movie, and I saw the first trailer. I was like, A,
It's gonna suck.
yeah, why make another one?
Yeah.
B, I didn't like the casting for Laura Croft. She seemed too small. She didn't.
You
seem
think
to-
her boobs are too small?
I did not say that a lot.
Her boobs are very easy to Google. I did that.
Google them, did you? No, video game movies never seem to do well.
See, you want her boobs to be 8-bit.
I didn't even say boobs, but let's talk about the boobs.
No.
You said boobs and 8 in the same
And
sentence.
besides, to me, Laura Croft, when it first came out, the whole thing, it was the butt. You watch Laura's butt the whole time in the game.
Oh, yeah.
So, but no, she just didn't seem intimidating enough. It's like, this is not going to be anything compared to Angelina Jolie. So that first half of the trailer, I'm still watching, I'm kind of going, yeah. And even as we watched it silently here, as they watched it with the audio, I couldn't get that Survivor song out of my head.
I know, I hate
And
it.
when that hit, though, that's where I thought, wait a minute, this movie's got potential. It suddenly turned into Rambo. Female Rambo. No, see, I dug it, man. Like the bow and the gun standoff and stuff. To me, that was a cool. I was kind of like, oh, I'm interested now, because Lara Croft should intimidate me, like to where I'm kind of like, I would like her to kick my butt.
Yeah, but this movie is not about her intimidating people. It's her getting her start. It's an origin story.
To them, it is. To me, it's about something else. Because
she's not supposed to be intimidating yet. She hasn't learned to be intimidating.
That's why the second half of the trailer. It's showing the second half of the movie.
Yet.
You think she won't have them by the end of the movie?
No, she gets them at the end of the movie. They showed it in the trailer.
Oh, do they? I must have missed that
She
part.
got him at the end of the trailer. He doesn't know that it's the end of the movie.
No, it's the end of the movie.
But this trailer actually made me excited. First one, nothing. This trailer, I'm actually on board with it. So,
Frankalicious?
What?
Okay, cool.
What? Tell us what you thought of the trailer, other than the two pistols.
Let's see. I'm not enjoying trailers anymore because they're repurposing old songs, and I'm getting tired of trailers doing that.
And I tell you, it's all about, copyright owning, and the parent companies that make these movies now are also intertwined with the company that owns the music, so they can just go through and pull out anything they want.
And that's how they did the last one we did, Ready Player One. It was
Ready Player One.
Oh, Ready Player One, the Suicide Squad, the one with the all girls that we thought it was going to be good, but it sucked.
Debbie does that. No, wait.
No. Sucker Punch, maybe?
That was a long time ago.
That was
wow.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you the Star Trek.
Ultron?
Star Trek with Sabotage from
Oh my
Ultron,
God, I
man.
can't handle that song no more.
Sabotage,
Oh
really?
God, I love Beastie Boys, but that's just like you use it in one film, don't use it in another one.
Give us a break.
Right.
I could see that a little bit. What about you, Robin?
Two things I got to say about this trailer. One, I have never seen a Tomb Raider movie. I have never played a Tomb Raider game. The movie looked interesting to me. And it's a brand new start for them, and it's a brand new start for me.
So you've never played the game, and you've never seen the one with Angelina Jolie?
Exactly.
Whoa.
How?
Okay.
For the guy that can usually tell me every nude scene in every movie.
The second thing I've got to say is this new Lara Croft, to me, is far more attractive than Angelina has ever been or will ever be.
I don't give crap one about how attractive she is or anything like that. All right. My issue with this is, to me, Lara Croft Tomb Raider is supposed to be basically Indiana Jones.
Okay.
All right. But
and shorts.
Well, yeah, because you got them flaunt them. All right. But in this movie, they try too much. She's supposed to be a badass. She's supposed to be a female badass. She's supposed to be the Xena warrior princess of freaking grave robbers. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, how long do they have to be in the ground before it's archaeology and not grave robbing? Anyway,
Google it. Sorry,
but so that's what she's supposed to be. She isn't supposed to be soft. All right. She isn't, so, and that's what they try to do to her here.
And I think it's like Frankie said, this is an origin, though.
Yeah, but does she have to start off with daddy issues?
Yes.
I mean,
why not?
That is
kind of, yeah.
No, I mean, she's got daddy issues, and then the daddy, and looking for the daddy, and then super jump off the boat. Where the hell is she getting the hamstrings for that kind of jumping? That's NBA material here. All right, and then
they left all the NBA footage out of the trailer.
I should say. No, she's doing the stuff in the ring, punching, but she's not doing the NBA. And then and then it just goes into just almost a cliched Indiana Jones. I mean, it's just so cliche that we're in the and we found the things to spin, and that makes it go up and down, and it's.
But they're not being chased by a boulder.
What?
They're not being chased by a boulder.
You don't know. Maybe they saved that. Maybe that's the good part they didn't put in the trailer.
Because she uses her NBA experience to take the boulder, and do a three-pointer, and yeah.
I'm sorry. It just it looks like they got way too much going on in this movie. There's just way too much going on, and I think that's going to hamper it. I think she should come out swinging like the badass that she's supposed to be. should be riding those two guns, pistol whipping people. I think she should be a badass. But I think they're gonna try to make her too soft in this.
See, and I think
And
that'll be
I don't
the
think
end of
that's
the movie.
Laura.
All right, Brad, I know you're just here as a guest today. You got anything you want to throw in?
I don't know.
Tomb Raider fan at all?
Not really.
Not really?
Have you ever
I would say
drawn-
video game movie
Have you
fan,
ever
but
drawn
nobody
Laura
is.
Croft?
Do what now?
Have you ever drawn Laura Croft?
No, I have not.
Not with clothes.
Like one of his French girls. All right, so let's see. All right, I'm assuming you're not for.
I
movie based on
think-
trailer.
I think this will be an okay rental with some homebrew.
Yeah, Netflix.
Oh, everything's good with homebrew.
That's the only thing that'll make this tolerable.
So I originally was not on board with this trailer. I am now on board. I would probably go see it at the theater, but if I gotta wait till rental, I will.
Yeah.
It's not one I have to see in the theater, but
I'm fearing.
Who rents movies anymore?
Well, we're old, so we use the Netflix. We'll wait for Netflix.
Oh, okay.
I'll wait till somebody illegally
Well-
downloads it for me.
Stream it, or we do things that are not illegal, like
So-
you guys.
So ticket, stream it, or fuck it.
Yeah, I think this will be the 2018 version of Electra.
Oh, not that bad. No, that's bad. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, if you're
The
going to
one
talk
where I-
about bad movies, why don't you just talk about Halle Berry as Catwoman? So
Well,
That's
no,
worse
see,
than
no,
Electra, but-
no. Electra was worse because Electra, I coined a whole new genre of film for her, chick foo, where when she wasn't kicking ass, she was crying. All right. At least Halle Berry wasn't snotting out a bubble every 15 minutes. All right. She was kicking ass with a horrible director.
yeah,
All right, Brad, is this a movie you'd go watch? Well, based on what little bit of the
Probably
trailer
not.
you see? Probably not.
no.
Frankie?
Yeah, I'll go see it.
Yeah, I'll go see it. The confidence. I feel like I'm the only one on board with this one. Robin?
If there was a chance for nudity, I'd be there at IMAX.
No, is it regular IMAX or 3D?
3D.
Yeah.
Come on.
3D IMAX.
You gotta feel like you can reach out and touch something.
Going for the virtual motorboat.
All right, so all in all, this is a down for the
Yeah,
trailer.
this is a downer
All right. Now it's time to wrap things up with the episode, I think.
with our question of the week.
With our question of the week. Oh, I do got to talk briefly about ICT Comic Con coming up.
Yeah, you could never mention.
Oh yeah, when is that? Where is that?
ICT Comic Con. Let me pop up my notes here because we got a little distracted. Is boom, boom, boom,
24th and 25th.
Yeah, March 24th, 25th here in Wichita. They have moved it to a larger location this year. It is at Century 2 Convention Center. They've added a lot of stuff. They've added a car show. They've added tons of guests, tons of vendors. I talked to Richard today that runs the whole thing. They're just about full up on vendors. We will have a booth space there in order to do live interviews with people, bring guests in, that kind of stuff.
Sweetest.
So it should be really good. I've requested not to be set up too close to you, but right next to Sam. That's kind of weird.
Susan's right across. Susan Lamb's right across from her.
Susan.
From
We love
Sam.
her.
That's too bad. Suzanne's got such a crush on Sam. I
Yeah.
watched her panel at Crypticon, and as I'm watching her up there talking, she's talking to the audience but looking out the door. Sam, it was very cute.
Well, I helped her get her picture taken with him at Crypticon, and she handed her her Realm of Magic book to, or no, it was Seeker of Magic is what it is. And he tries to hand it back to her, and after the fact, she's like, he tried to hand it. She's all upset about it, and I was like, he kept it, didn't he? I said,
Yeah.
calm down.
Like I said, this year they are doing a car show. They got the A-Team band there,
Knight
Kit
Rider,
from Knight Rider,
yeah.
I believe. The announcement they're letting us make tonight is they have gotten rights to the Flash Gordon movie. So not only will they be doing Flash Gordon movie, they're going to be doing it at the Orpheum.
It's gonna be at
I
the
believe
Orpheum?
wait.
No, I think they moved it.
They may have moved it. Oh no, it's the Mary Jane Teal Theater.
Yes.
So it's the theater right attached to the convention.
Yes.
Okay, that'll actually be better. I hate to
That'll be
say it.
better. Yeah.
600 seats, and I think so.
I mean, the Orpheum is cool, but yeah, that's more convenient.
So it's going to be on Saturday of the convention at 6:30 on March 24th, and it's going to be with Sam Jones. So you actually get to watch Flash Gordon with Flash Gordon. and then he's going to do a live
Oh,
Q&A.
do you think he's seen it before?
I don't know if he's actually watched it or not.
Well, some celebrities are like that. They don't watch their films, so I don't know.
I'm sure he's seen this one.
Yeah.
I know he's watched it, and there will be awkward questions and stuff, but he's done this 1,000 times. So
We can ask him. Is it die or dive?
Right.
It's dive. I think we should just do a bet. It's dive.
Dollar to a dollar.
I'm just saying what I think I hear,
Well, yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm sure.
I don't go with real bets. I mean, I do gentleman bets. I'll buy you a soda if I lose.
Slap bet. So at 6:30, live Q&A with Sam Jones at Century 2, the Saturday of the convention. I will definitely be there. Leaf Yonker will be doing an intro for him. If you guys know Leaf, who's the director of the movie Darkness and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a really cool thing. I know we're going to be talking about ICT over the next couple weeks, and also as we're there doing stuff. And we need to be tying this up now because we're right at our hour.
All right, animated world.
Animated world is the question of the week. So question of the week. Oh, I can't look at what you got.
No, you can't.
If you were to live in an animated world, what animated world would you live in? Anything from Animaniacs to Heavy Metal to whatever.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Why Rick and Morty?
Because it's so messed up.
that's the reason to why not to.
I'm Pickle Rick. Yeah.
Everybody dies in Rick and Morty. But it would be entertaining nonetheless.
Yeah, it was probably the most entertaining animation I've ever watched is the Pickle Rick episode.
Oh,
yeah,
I love Rick and Morty. But I think I would have the fear of knowing that there are a whole bunch of Rick Sanchez's out there, that I would just be on one of these doomed worlds he left behind. And yeah. What about you, Robin?
I would go to the Hercules movie back in Rome. Because there's alcohol, there's orgies, there's just all kinds of fun
So are we talking the Disney one though? Because I know there's alcohol and orgies in the Disney one.
Oh, there are. They're just behind the scenes.
Oh, is that right? Okay. All right. So Disney's Hercules.
Just wait. After Deadpool 2, they're going to be coming out with the new version of Caligula.
Yeah, take that one, princess.
Yeah, you do know in Disney movies the animals talk, so that's going to change a lot of your porn, right? Okay. Frankie?
I choose DuckTales.
Ooh, why DuckTales?
Because I want to swim in money.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
Are there even humans in DuckTales?
I don't know.
You'd have to be like a badger or something.
Are you calling Frankie human?
No.
Yeah, good point.
So just so you can swim in money.
I want to swim in the vault.
Okay, I'll give you that one. That would actually be cool.
Probably freaking wrapped chocolate bars.
That's you're assuming that you'd be friends with Scrooge McDuck, though.
Yes.
Okay, there's gonna be stipulations.
Whether Scrooge likes it or not.
Yeah, because you could say like Heavy Metal or Cool World because there's like lots of naked babes and stuff in there, but that doesn't mean they're gonna talk to you. So.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? They'll probably play patty cakes with you.
I am.
I would play patty cake with just.
See, I forgot about that. That might be another one I'd be interested in.
Canyon.
What was that?
I am much cooler than Harry Canyon.
Hold on.
His name wasn't Harry Canyon.
Yes.
Harry
The taxi
Canyon?
driver at the beginning?
It was Harry Canyon, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was.
Holy moly! I
Yes,
just
it
now
was
got
a
that joke.
vagina reference.
Wow, I'm old. Okay, originally I did think Heavy Metal or something, and I thought, no, I would rather be in something like
Flash
Animaniacs.
Gordon.
No, the Flash
The
Gordon
animated
cartoon
series.
sucked. It sucked. I'm sorry. So did Defenders of the Universe. No, Animaniacs, because nobody ever dies.
They don't die of Barney either.
No, but that's not animated.
What about Transformers?
People die in Transformers.
Let
I
the
cried
man
when
finish.
Optimus Prime died. But yeah, nobody ever dies. You do have the attractive women like Hello Nurse.
Hello?
And
I'm pretty sure she has a name.
everything. No, that's her name, Nurse.
Nurse.
And everything is obtainable. So like, if you can just think of something, eventually it can become real. So I think Animaniacs should be the way to go.
All right. Well, you're wrong. I first thought maybe Transformers, but then I realized there's just way too much collateral damage. Those people can't land without wrecking a road or a building or something.
That's true.
All right. Then I was going to go with Robotech because I figured, a little bit over. But there, if you're not one of the lead characters, you die like that.
It's like having a red
it's-
shirt.
What?
It's like having a red shirt on.
Yeah, it's worse. It's like having a red robot, and then all of a sudden, one blast, and it's gone.
And
So-
you're only one sequel away from being in tentacle porn eventually.
Eventually,
Yeah,
yeah. So eventually, I went on with Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo for two reasons. One, Scooby-Doo and Shaggy are the perfect anti-heroes. All right? We as a culture, we adore the hero. But Scoob and Shag are like the complete opposite of what a hero is. They run from trouble. They want to get away. It is only because they are made to that they're anywhere near them, yet we can still, emulate with them. I mean, and I think that is a rarity in our culture to be able to have an anti-hero that we love.
So you want to live in a world that has cowards?
Yeah, that we love.
Okay, that you love. All right.
All right. But the real reason is because it is the best atheist anime.
Really?
It is. It is.
That is kind of an answer I expected from you. All right.
It is the best atheist anime because it shows that behind every ghost, behind every ghoul, it's just a man in a mask. All right? There's no such thing as magic, and every mystery that has ever been solved has always turned out to be not magic.
But they got away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids.
And they would have got away with it too if it wasn't for Scooby-Doo 1. Which one? No, the Scooby-Doo the movie 1.
What?
They all of a sudden put mystical crap in
That
it.
was the second one. Yeah.
That was the first one.
First one had Scrappy-Doo in it.
Yeah.
Well, it did have some.
Both
You're
of
right.
them.
Both of them did have some. You're
But
right.
normally all the Scooby-Doo animated movies that they come out with actually do have some kind of magic or mystical.
Yeah, now they do.
Yeah.
But back in the day, the original one, where the original one, where they opened up that van and a cloud of smoke came out,
So you want
there's a reason Scooby was always hungry.
It did that on Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back too.
Yes, they did.
All right. So let's wrap this up then. Good answers. I
All
like
right.
that. Next week we'll be getting together again Tuesday. I don't know what we're doing exactly,
Yeah, who knows?
but I'd like to thank Brad for coming along. If somebody wants to find out about your work, where would they go?
My Skull Shocker on Facebook. It's Art of Brad Voth. That's generally the best place to go.
And we'll post up a link on that down below way too.
I'm gonna just drop this. I'm gonna be doing commissions. I start my commissions out at $45 for an average one character sketch. If you'd like to have something done, get a hold of me before the show and get on a list. I'll be starting one up. So.
And your next show is ICT?
ICT is the next one,
which is
yeah.
just in like 2 weeks or
Yeah.
something like that. And then you're also lined up for a number of shows throughout the.
Yeah, I'm working on getting in a couple, maybe possibly Crypticon and one other one. But the price for the one in Iowa is like $300 for a table, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend that much on a.
I think that's every convention eventually when you
Yeah.
start going. You got to judge it out. But yeah, we'll post links to your stuff.
Okay.
We'll also post up some of the artwork. I'll do that later today. But ICT Comic Con is the 24th, 25th of March. They are be doing the Sam Jones Flash Gordon special. Tickets will go on sale soon on the ICT Comic Con page for that. And I believe that is it.
No, you can find us at our
Oh, yeah.
social media.
Go ahead.
You can find us at our social media outlets on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. We're on all of them. They're on the screen. Nice fancy graphics.
See, I
Well,
can't
there
see
they
the
are now.
graphics from here.
There they are.
Oh, look at that. There's graphics. And you guys can leave comments down below if there's somebody here locally you'd like to see or somebody you'd like to see us interview at one of the upcoming conventions we're going to be at. Please leave a message there. You can also see the list of different events we'll be going to that will be coming up on our on the website sometime soon. I
Yeah,
think.
there's a list of events on the website.
Is there
Until
one?
May, yeah.
All right, awesome. Having that said,
Just be cool like